Okay guys, so I'm going to Morocco tomorrow.
Yeah!
And I haven't packed yet because this trip has been a pretty last minute trip for me. And so I've just been so busy with work and I'm just getting around to packing. And I get a lot of questions about how I pack everything in a carry-on because that's what I'm doing for this trip. And so I thought I would bring you along on my packing of my carry-on. So these are all of the things that I like to put into my carry-on. So what I usually do is when you're traveling and you are taking a carry-on bag, you can also have a personal item. And so my personal item is my camera backpack. So I will be taking that. I'm going on this trip as a photographer and videographer for a travel company, and I'm really excited about it. So I'm taking a lot of my equipment, and so I'll be able to fit all of that in my camera bag, and then all of my clothes and everything else will be going in my carry-on. A few things that I like to bring with me. First thing is you need like a neck pillow, travel pillow. I recently lost mine in Spain. Or Sweden. I think I lost in Sweden. So I went and bought this one just yesterday because I needed a new one. So a travel pillow is a must, especially if you're going on a really long flight, which I'm going to be doing. So I also love my Bluetooth headphones. Kendall got me these ones. Actually, these ones are his. But these are awesome. They are really inexpensive. I think we paid like $12 for them. And sometimes I will take my ones that plug like into my phone that you can plug into the monitors for the airplane. I take those as well because I don't like using the headphones they bring you around on the plane if you're wanting to watch movies. I also always like to take Chapstick. So I'm not great at sleeping on planes. I just can't sleep very well for some reason. I think on our flight home from Spain, Kendall slept for, it was like an 11-hour flight, and I think he slept for like almost 8 hours on the plane. And I didn't sleep a wink the whole flight. So usually what I do though, to make sure that I sleep and get comfortable, is I take melatonin with me. I have like one of those pill boxes and I use those to separate like all of my medications. Melatonin, Advil, Dramamine if you get like motion sick at all. I don't usually get sick on planes, but I usually will if we're going on like a car ride. I'll take allergy pills just in case I need them, vitamins, and I think that's everything I take. But I just take a little pill box. I also take earplugs because I'm just weird about sleep. I want everything to always be dark and quiet, and so I take earplugs, and then usually on airplanes they'll give you a sleeping mask, or I have one that I take with me. This isn't something I take inside my carry-on, but something I put on my carry-on. I usually will put on a bright luggage tag or a bright colored ribbon that I put on my carry-on so then I can recognize my bag. You can see this one is falling apart, but I always know it's my bag, so that's always a good thing for your carry-on. I always take an extra pair of socks on the plane. I feel like I always freeze. Airplanes are always so cold. So I will take a pair of socks to put over my socks if I get too cold. Maybe that's weird, but I like having an extra pair of socks. I also take a portable charger with me. Normally you can plug and like charge your phone on the airplane if you have a USB connection plug for your phone to the TV, but I still have a portable charger to if I need to like charge something else with me while I'm on the plane, or to just have with me on my trip. So this is kind of small, but I like that because once again, taking a carry-on, gotta keep stuff small. But I will use a bag like this. I just did this on the last trip I went on. I had a bag like this that I put all of my things I needed, like my earplugs, my medicine, my chapstick, a phone charger, and I just put everything in a pouch like this, and then I put the pouch in the airplane like pouch in front of me, so then that way I wasn't constantly like getting up to get stuff out of my bag, because normally I put my camera bag under the seat in front of me and then my suitcase up above an overhead bin. Usually I can fit stuff in my camera bag, but since it's so big, it's such a pain to get it from under the seat, try and open it up, find what I'm looking for. And so I found that like using a little like makeup bag or even just a plastic bag and putting in all the necessities that you'll need on your flight, then you don't have to like be rummaging through your bag the whole flight and or getting up to get your stuff out of the overhead bin. Another thing I like taking with me on a long flight and just while I'm traveling in general are my Karchko computer glasses. For those of you who like don't know, my husband and I own this business. You can go to karchko.com. I also have a discount code that you can use that will give you 15% off your order. I honestly do love having these because if I'm watching anything on my phone, I'm usually watching stuff for a long time on a long flight, and so by wearing these glasses it just prevents headaches and I don't feel like any sort of eye irritation or anything. So another thing for flights is keeping yourself entertained, but I'm not someone who wants to sit and watch like 6 movies on one flight. So some things I do besides watching movies on the airplane are hopefully trying to sleep. I always put a book on my phone to read. I find that taking a book and putting it on my phone is a lot easier than having a physical book. It just takes up less space, and if it's dark, I don't need to like turn the annoying light on above me to be able to read it. I take my journal with me and I like to journal while I am flying. Then another thing I do, I have like the Netflix app on my phone and I will just download episodes on to my phone so I can watch those. I've also taken like coloring books before, and if you have like a Nintendo Switch or something, I think I've seen people play with those on airplanes and I want one really bad. I feel like that would pass the time. And I always have a game downloaded on my phone. I'm not one who plays games on my phone, but on airplanes it really passes the time. So I'll play like 10-10 or like 20-48 and it will just keep me busy. And it's just something to do on the flight. If you have a laptop or iPad, that's another thing that can help you pass the time. Okay, as far as things that go into my suitcase, besides the typical like shoes, clothes, and stuff, I'm gonna show you guys how I pack all of that in a second. But a few other things I like to take with me are a portable steamer. I feel like, especially when you're packing in a carry-on, you have to like put your clothes really tight together, and that always makes for a couple of wrinkles. And so taking a portable steamer is a really great idea. You can find like really small ones, and I will just like plug that in and steam my clothes once I get to my hotel or wherever I'm staying. Do keep in mind that if you are taking curling iron, blow dryer, steamer, anything that you're going to be plugging into a wall, if you're going somewhere internationally, make sure you have an adapter that goes with whatever outlets of the country you're going to. Just be careful because you can usually, sometimes you will plug it in and then it like won't work and it will like blow the socket, or it just won't work, and then you're out a curling iron, and normally it won't work when you come home. So that's a little bit of a risky thing, but when we were recently in Sweden, I think everyone's curling their hair and it worked just fine. So I think it just depends on the country or the hotel you're staying at. So keep that in mind. I just always take a cheap little steamer with me so I can use it if I need it. Or sometimes there's like irons or an ironing board in your hotel room. I have a bunch of travel size bottles that I put my shampoo, conditioner in. I also will get a like big Ziploc bag. Usually I do this with my underwear, put my underwear in it, and I'll like roll the bag up so like to get all the air out of the bag, and then it just like makes it like tight. And then I'll use a plastic bag that I'll put in my bag that's just empty to put all of my dirty clothes in. Okay, so quick disclaimer. I have no idea what I'm packing for this trip still. I've been looking at the weather in Morocco and I'm kind of like SOS. I have no idea what I'm taking. So I might pack a few things in here that I might not take, but just to show you how I pack things in here. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. Okay, so every time I'm flying, I will make sure I layer up because it does get cold. So I'll be wearing this t-shirt and a pair of leggings with this pullover, just so like this will keep me warm. And it's something I can also like wear while I'm on my trip, as well as this t-shirt. I usually try to rewear things if I can. So this is what I'll be wearing on the plane. Okay, so basically all the clothes I feel like I've considered taking, I've just put all over my bed. So I have like some dresses, jumpsuits, a sweater and like a t-shirt and like jeans, a skirt and a t-shirt, and then I have a rain jacket. I think it's supposed to rain while I'm there, we'll see. A scarf to wear at the mosques that we'll be visiting, and then I do have like this like cardigan and a swimsuit. So let's see how we can fit all this into this little carry-on. All my stuff. Okay, I'm gonna be gone for a week, but three of those days are gonna be like travel days. So I'm pretty much planning on wearing my comfy clothes that I'm gonna be wearing on the plane, and then I'll probably take a few extra t-shirts and stuff just so I'm not wearing the same thing for like 3 different days. Here's how I like to pack everything up in my suitcase. So I know for sure that I'm going to be taking these jumpsuits, so I'll kind of show you how I like to package those up. So pretty much I fold everything once or twice, and then I roll it up, and then I will like arrange them within my suitcase.
So at this point I realized that I probably needed to put my stuff on the other side because that's what I normally do.
Okay, so I kind of decided that I'm gonna bring a denim jacket that I will wear on the airplane. This is like everything, all of my clothes except for like socks and underwear. So I have 2 jumpsuits right here. I think I have like 3 or 4, let's see, 3 t-shirts here, my scarf, a skirt below that, swimsuit, rain jacket, jeans, t-shirt. So I just am gonna add a pair of leggings. And then on this other side of my suitcase, this side is where I'm gonna put an extra pair of shoes and toiletries and pretty much everything else. So this is all of my clothes. And then on this side, I just have my shoes, and I put my like socks inside of my shoes to like make up for some space. And then this is my makeup bag. I don't actually have my makeup in it at the moment, but pretty much like opens like this, and then you can just like cinch it shut. I'm not obviously taking this much makeup that's gonna fill this whole bag. I'm also gonna put my like toothpaste, toothbrush, and hairbrush in here. And then this space right here will just be for my underwear, but I'm not gonna show you that. I think that's like pretty much everything, except for I just need to get a little bag of like some jewelry together. I was going to pack my portable steamer. 1, it could not work when I plug it in when I get there. And 2, I'm just going as like the content creator for the trip, so So basically, I don't care too much about what I'm looking like as long as I am comfortable and have everything that I need. So if my clothes are wrinkly, who cares? So, oh, and then this has all of my like shampoo, body wash, and conditioner in it, and my face wash. That's pretty much everything. I did just realize that there was one thing I didn't talk about for packing on your carry-on, and that is snacks. So I always pack some snacks. I usually get something chocolatey, something fruity. I like taking like dried mangoes and pretzels and like M&Ms and like protein bars for sure. Then I package all of those up in my camera bag because I have room for that. And so that is pretty much it for this packing my suitcase and carry-on essentials. That's what we're gonna call this. If you have any questions, comment below, and then if you aren't subscribed to my channel, subscribe. I feel like I have to say that, but I was gonna say too, subscribe to my email list. I'll leave a link down below if you want to subscribe to it, so you can be the first to know about any upcoming things. I send an email out every Wednesday that includes like travel tips, tips for growing your business, and all sorts of things about photo and video editing, marketing, all of that fun stuff. And that's pretty much it for this, and I'll see you guys in Morocco. Oh shoot, am I recording this?